Bam, what was it like when Coach said you would be guarding DeMar? And
First question.
hi, Bam. And what was it like taking on that challenge?
Man, it's another day in the office. Obviously your coach trusting you to, defend their star player as a center. It speaks a lot for who you are, what you bring to the team.
The easiest thing that you guys could have done after getting the news about Jimmy was just let this thing go, and that's just not the Heat way, obviously. What was said from the captain to his team in the last 48 hours, and how fitting is it that you guys probably picked tonight to play your best 48 minutes of the season?
For me, it was simple. If you have any doubt or if you're scared, get a dog. Don't show up because it doesn't do anything but affect the people who really believe that we can get a win.
You've got an opponent coming up that you have a lot of postseason history with. But the biggest difference, Drew Holiday too, but they got Porzingis in the middle. How does he change sort of the makeup of what that team does, and how does he change how you have to defend them?
Oh man, he creates a lot of spacing for him. He can really space the floor. Obviously, he's 7'1", 7'2", shooting the ball at a high clip. So it just gives him a lot of spacing.
Ben, what can you say about what Jaime has done? Because I feel like people always talk about the similarities that he might have with Jimmy, but again, what can you talk about what he brought to this game today?
Oh man, he just brought that aggression, from the start. I think his first bucket was an and one, and then from there he kept his head down, kept reading the plays and making plays.
MGM Remix Sports Media. Bam, you guys were in sync tonight from start to finish. How big of a factor was Kevin Love tonight on and off the floor in this big play-in victory for you guys?
That's vet right there for us, man. K Love is one of those guys, he gives to the team. He always talks about how it goes so fast. So for him, he's just giving to the team, information, whatever he can do to help us win.
Bam, even beyond Tyler being a teammate, just being a friend, how much have you felt for him with the tough luck he's had with injuries over the past year? How excited are you about this opportunity for him?
I think it's a great opportunity for Tyler. We need him to be himself because that's his best version. And, I feel like we'll win games when he's his best version.
Bam, congratulations on your call to the national team. Have you ever imagined Bam Bam at the Olympic Games? What does it mean for you? And can you tell something about your nickname? I know you like the Flintstones, and can you tell us about it? Your family, the Flintstones. Thank you.
I appreciate the shout out for making the Olympic team. It's a great opportunity not only for me but for the organization. For this country, go out there to Paris and be able to win another Olympic gold sounds good to me. But my name came from, obviously, the Flintstones. For those who don't know the story, I flipped over the coffee table about 11 months watching the show and mimicked Bam Bam. So there you go.
I can't top that one. Now, Bam, as your thoughts turn to Boston, what comes to mind? As you think about the series coming up?
Say it again.
As your thoughts turn to Boston, what comes to mind as you start thinking about this series?
It's gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be in the mud. It's not gonna be pretty basketball, and that's usually how it's been when we see that team. It's usually how it is. It's always competitive. Everybody always plays their best basketball in that series.
Bam, I want to ask you about two of your. Be serious for a minute. I want to ask you about two of your teammates, H and DeLon. Talk to me about what they brought in this game and just the mentality that they bring to the team.
Spo always says that when they check in, man, it's how many ever minutes they play, it's hell for the other team because that's when we play zone, that's when we pick up in 22, and that's when they cause havoc. and they thrive off that. Our team thrives off that because sometimes we get off the slow starts and they'll check in and change the pace of the game.
One more for you. I want to ask you about Nico. I know he's on the scouting report now, and Spo talks about how when you get on the scouting report, it's different. What's your message to Nico and how he still impacts winning, even if he does has a game where he has 5 points?
Keep impacting winning. The biggest thing about it, people get lost in stats and whatever the case may be, but if you impact winning, people are going to notice that, and that can translate to a championship team. It's a lot of guys who aren't the scorers on their team when they win, but they do the little things, the detailed things that matter, that don't show up on the box score.
Hey, Bam. We are again in that moment of the season when a team that finished in the 8th seed, people believe that can be the number one. It happens again. How would you explain that feeling and why people have to believe in the Heat for this first round?
We always say we're not a regular A seed, and people know that for some reason. So for us, we just go out there and play basketball. We make everything the main thing, keep it in between those lines, and we go out there and hoop.
You were talking about guys like Nico and Jaime, but now that the ball's in their hands a lot more, it seems like you guys have played a lot faster tonight. Just how much do you feel like you have to lead into that with this new look roster moving forward?
For us, it just pushes the pace, puts us in a different groove, different gear, gets us going, and we feed off of that. We feed off of that type of energy, those bursts, and we need that. All right. Lives matter.